Hello. Well, lovely to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's my first time in Singapore, and it's a joy to be here, so thank you very much. Also a joy to be here and talking about coaching, because coaching is my passion, apart from shoes, which is also my passion. What I do work-wise is work with coach developers, and I work with the trainers of coach developers. But the reason I do that is because I think coaching changes lives. And what Brendan spoke about earlier, which is about how we have the capacity and the opportunity to change people's lives, not just through sport, but through our engagement with people. It doesn't even have to be young people, our engagement with people. And to be able to talk about that today is a great pleasure for me, so thank you very much. I'm coming at this very much from a coach's perspective. However, I don't think it's going to be of any great benefit for you to just listen to me for an hour. So you're going to have to do some work, okay? So you need to have pen and paper with you. So if you don't have it, get it out of your bag now. And you also need to be sitting near some other people, because you're going to have to do a little bit of work. Okay, so pens and papers out, and people. So if you need to move, move now. Okay. Better? Better. Okay, so on the piece of paper that you've got, and hopefully it's a book, okay, you're going to be writing quite a lot of things down. Nothing at all that I'm going to say, but things that's going to come from you and the groups that you're going to be put in. Okay, so you don't need to put anything there yet, but I need you to leave maybe a couple of centimeters on the left-hand side of your page, and then you're going to be writing things on the right. Okay? Anyone confused so far? Excellent. Confusion is good. Chaos is good. Okay, so the Irish have lots of sayings. They have proverbs, they have toasts, they have philosophies. And lots of them are very meaningful and thoughtful, and some of them are kind of rubbish. This one I love, and this is the one that I'm going to ask you to walk with me. If you don't know the way, walk slowly. And the reason I'm going to ask you to walk slowly with me is because no matter whether we're a novice coach, whether we're an experienced coach, whether we're working with participants and children or high performance, we don't really know where we're going. And if you think you do, you're probably wrong. So we need to gather experience. We need to gather knowledge, and we need to gather skills. And we need to do it slowly, because if we do it too fast, we end up in a place where we think we have these things and we have nothing to back it up, and that's when we make mistakes. So who's willing to walk with me slowly today? Hands up. Can we try again? How many people are willing to walk with me slowly today? Super. Thank you kindly. I don't like to be on my own. So, what the topic was that I put was knowledge, skills, and experience in coaching. Is it enough? That almost looks as though we already have the answer. You're expecting me that by the end of the session to say, no, it's not enough. But you're wrong. Because I don't know the answer to this question yet. And the reason I don't know the answer to the question is because you're all different coaches. You all have maybe your knowledge, skills and experience is enough. Maybe it's not. But by the end of the session, I'm hoping that we will have got to the point where you can tell that for yourself. This is how the session is going to go. So top left-hand corner of the screen is where we're going to have all this mad chaos, all this mad information, all of your thoughts, all of your thinking, all of the thoughts and thinking of your little group. And then we have to do two things. We have to put it through the filter of you. And the reason we have to put it through the filter of you is because you're the coach. There's no point having a whole load of information if it's not applying to you. Okay, so in this one, I'm the coach. So it's being applied through me. The next filter is the people that we coach. So I'm putting all of my information through my filter around the people that I coach. Because there's no point in having information that's not relevant to them. And once I've done that, then we're going to come up with an action plan, prioritizing things for you to help you get better as coaches. Because if you didn't want to get better as coaches, quite frankly, there's no point in being here. Because I don't think anybody over these 2 days is going to sit there and say, you know what, you're just such an amazing coach, you don't have to do anything else. Well done. Super. You're amazing. It's not going to happen, and nor should it. Excuse me. So that's the plan for the topics of knowledge, skills, and experience in coaching. Knowledge of what? Now comes the tricky part. Knowledge of what? What do we need to know as coaches? Skills in what? An experience of what? We talk about these words as though they're all encompassing and we know exactly what we mean when someone says, oh, they've got lots of experience. We need to scratch further than the surface. We need to dig a little bit deeper. So we're going to start with knowledge. So what I want you to think about, you can turn to someone next to you, in front of you, don't mind. You can work in twos and anything up to 5. Okay, so decide who your little group's going to be and do it now. Come on, identify your groups. Who are you going to talk to? Okay, so now you've got your group, and I want you to discuss, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes to discuss the kind of knowledge that you might want or need as a coach. And anything that anybody says in your group, you're going to write it down. Doesn't matter whether you agree with it or not. Okay? So you're going to leave a couple of centimeters on the left, and then every bit of knowledge that your group comes up with, you're going to write it down on a line in your book. Okay? Anything at all that you think would be good to know as a coach. Off you go. 5 minutes. pages, or do we just have a few lines? Okay, a few lines. Okay, let me help you a little bit. Okay, so before I came to Singapore, I was at the World Championships in Doha, World Athletics Championships. So specifically in that environment, what did I need to know as a coach? Well, I needed to know lots of things, but there were some things that I couldn't really know about until I got there. So the temperature. We were given indicative temperatures. What would it be like? We were told it would typically, during the day, it would be between the high 30s to maybe 40 degrees. And that in the evenings, it would be around about 32 degrees. In reality, it was 43 degrees. And the lowest it got during the day was 36 degrees. It was an outdoor stadium that was air conditioned to 25 degrees. I had a 400 hurdler. It was not possible for him to warm up in the indoor area, so we had to do part of his warm-up at air conditioned to 22 degrees, out for all the hurdle work in 40 degrees, to race in 25 degrees. Knowledge. Needed to know about the hotel. Why did I need to know about the hotel? I needed to know about the food. Typically, major championship food is pretty good. It's pretty bland, but it's pretty good. I needed to know where the local restaurants were in case the food really was not good and there was not enough nutrition in there that would have to send him out to the nearest restaurants. I needed to know the shuttle bus timetable. I needed to know how long it would take to get from the team hotel to the stadium. They told us it would take 20 to 25 minutes. When I tested it on day one, it took 45. Knowledge. That if we'd have just gone with what we were told, he may well have not had time to warm up. The rules change. They may only be slight changes, but they change. How many rule changes were there this year in athletics? Normally there's 2 or 3. This year, 27. As a coach, I need to know what the rule changes were that would affect my athlete. The timetable. The timetable's been published for over a year. Did it change the day before? Yes, it did. Only by 15 minutes, but by the time you've added on the extra 20 minutes for that bus and 15 minutes earlier for the time of the event, and you've kind of lost the best part of an hour. That's kind of major. The stadium. You get to look at the stadium, but only the day before. Normally, you're allowed into the stadium 2 to 3 days before the championship, not in Doha. 1 day, and it was only allowed in a 3-hour period. The starting blocks. I don't know whether any of you saw the championships, but they had a camera in the starting blocks, which most of the female athletes were not overly impressed when there was a nice shot of their thighs. The men didn't seem to matter that much as long as they didn't have the floppy shorts. So all of this information was important to me as a coach. There's something major that is not on that slide yet. Anyone tell me what it is that I needed to know about? My athlete. I needed to know about him. I needed to know him inside out, back to front and upside down. I needed to know whether he liked to arrive a few minutes before his warm-up, an hour before his warm-up, I needed to know how he's going to react depending on who's in his race. All those things that you cannot know just by looking at a timetable or looking at a biography of somebody. So in terms of knowledge, just in terms of one championships, there's an awful lot I needed to know. Have a look back at your notes. Having just listened to that, is there anything else that you would like to add to your notes on knowledge? Okay. How many people, you can put your hands up, have listed a whole load of technical things? Anyone put technical things on your list? Yeah? Anyone put what I would call logistical things? Yeah? Anyone put personal things? Okay, so for the people who've not put your hands up, what did you put? Okay, so I would call that logistical. Okay? Anything else from the vast majority of people who did not put up their hands? What is on your list? Enlighten me, come on. The parents, good one, yeah? Yeah, so support structures, the stakeholders. Knowledge of them is good. Anything else when you're looking at your list that you think is major, that you'd like to share with the group? We will be coming back to this list. So what I want you to do now is with that list, however long or short it is, I want you to put it through the filter of you. Okay? Now what I mean by that is that if you've got things on there that really has come from your group but does not apply to you, I don't want you to do anything with those things. Anything that could apply to you, whether you do it now or not, you are going to put an asterisk next to it. Right? So look at your list and put asterisks next to the things that apply to you. So that whether you do them now or whether they're things that you would like to know. Put an asterisk. End up with some things on your list that have got nothing. You'll end up with some things with just an asterisk, and you'll end up with some things that have got an asterisk and a tick. And the last bit is the bit on the bottom right. I want you to look at all of those things that have got an asterisk and a tick and circle the ones that you would currently like to know but don't know. So knowledge that is something that is appropriate to you and the people that you coach, but that you currently don't know. Circle. Okay, so you've now started to create your own action plan in relation to knowledge. Okay, So these are now things that you would like to know, that you don't already know, would apply to you and apply to the people that you coach. And this is something that you should be able to action reasonably quickly. It's just about processing the mind. Things that you'd like to know relative to you and the people that you coach. Okay. Let's move on to skills. Skills in what? We are not, sorry. Yes. That's okay. When we come towards the end, we're going to start prioritizing. Okay? And that's when that. Alright? Okay. We're going to move on to skills. And again, we're not going to talk about surface skills, so we're not going to talk about, oh, we need our communication skills to be better. That's too bland, it's too broad, and it's too vague. Okay? So now we're looking at slightly deeper skills. What coaching skills does a really good coach need? Okay, so these are ones that either I think of myself or that other people think of me. The top left, the gymnast. People would tend to say I'm a very technical coach, that I have a very good technical eye. It's a detailed eye. It's a skill to be able to see detail in something that's quite big. Apparently, I have a skill of pulling things together to make them work in the end. So it could look like bits all over the place, but I have a skill, so they tell me, of bringing all of those things together and making sense of it. My planning is probably to the nth degree. I probably do too much of it. However, I would consider that a skill. I plan the contingencies. I plan in case things don't work out the way I want them to. As an athletics coach, I plan for all the people who are in races with my athletes. I check to see, do they follow what is telling me? So that if I've got an athlete in a lane inside or outside the lane, I can plan and I can train the athlete to be ready to spot forward. My vision, I tend to have a skill of looking beyond the current chaos to what I'm looking for the other side. A vision that quite often no one else can see, which makes me wonder, is it a vision at all or just stupidity, but I'll go with the vision. I'm good at working with people, getting the best out of other people and allowing other people to get the best out of me. I'm a good listener. And the bit at the bottom is meant to represent creativity. Whether you call that a skill or not, I don't know. But when you put all of those together, it definitely sums up me and what I think I'm good at and what other people think I'm good at. So when you're looking at skills of a coach, what is a skill? So back into your groups, have a conversation about what skills do really good coaches have. Okay, so have the conversation. conversation. And again, in your books, leave a gap for the asterisks and tips and write down a whole load of skills. Doesn't matter whether you have them, whether you don't have them, whether you think they're good or not. List all the skills you can think of that a good coach might have. 5 minutes. Okay. So we're going to go through the same process again. So with your long list, anything that with the filter of you on it, you think applies to your coaching situation. So in relation to the coach you are now, or the coach that you'd like to be in the near future. So anything that comes in that category, you put an asterisk next to that particular skill. Once you've done that, your next filter is the people that you coach, and you're going to put a tick next to those skills that you think are applicable to not just you, but also to the people that you coach. So that should be a smaller section again. And then lastly, you are going to circle the areas that you think are skills that you do not currently have, but you think would be useful to you as a coach, and to the people that you coach. And circle those. And now you should have your second action plan. So all the things that you've circled are things that you are looking to do to improve yourself as a coach for the people that you coach in relation to skills. So we've done knowledge, and now we've done skills. So what comes next? Experience. Now, experience is a strange one, because many people would say experience is our lives. And it's simply the record of what we have done from the first time we can remember, which might be the age of 6, all the way through to where we are now. And that is replicated there at the bottom of that slide, the life cycle of man. However, if that's all that experience is, it's a bit like potluck. And as coaches, we can't deal in potluck. As coaches, we need to make an effort to make sure that the experience that we gain and the experiences that we have are of use to us. And I'd like you to think of it not just as experience, but also experiences, which might be something as small as a couple of minutes, but can last a lifetime. Again, this slide applies to me. And in the bottom right-hand corner there, you have a group of people. The gentleman on the far left is my coach. And the other people in that photograph are my training partners from 30 years ago. Single-handedly, apart from my husband, this group of people have shaped who I am today. And not dissimilar to what Brendan was saying earlier this morning about the relationships and changing people's lives, these people changed my life. Not just as an athlete, but about the coach that I became, my approach to coaching. And it was his coaching of the other people that taught me as much as his coaching of me. And he coached us all differently, even though 4 of us there are 400 hurdlers. All different. The photograph just above that is a photograph of 5 athletes, me and my husband. My husband's the one in the kilt. All 5 athletes there competed at world or Olympic level in their sports, and we coached all 5 of them. All 5 are now married with children. All 5 and their children, we are still involved in their lives. Again, that experience of what it was that we went through as athletes and coaches together has made a lifelong friendship. That's an experience that we couldn't have guessed would happen, because sometimes you coach people, they come and they go. This set of people are part of our lives. The photograph in the middle, the graduation photograph, I'm based at a university, and most of the athletes and sports people that we coach are there as students. Every year we would attend a graduation ceremony. Every year we get invited out. Again, part of their lives. An experience that we couldn't have scripted. And then the other two, they're there to represent when everything goes well, when everything came together, when everything's fantastic, big smiles everywhere, plan comes together, happy out. That's the photograph on the bottom left. That represents the good times. That represents an experience as a coach where you're just so happy to have been able to be there and done that and experience that with the people that you coach. And that's amazing. It doesn't always happen. What happens more often is the railway track. When disappointment hits, when things don't go to plan, when you spend the time as a coach thinking, what did I do wrong? Why didn't it work out as we had planned? Why didn't they get to the semi-finals? Why did they get injured? Why can't I do anything about that? Am I no good as a coach? Hands up all those coaches who've had that feeling. And if you've not had it yet, I suggest it will be coming down the tracks. And it's not a nice feeling. It's an experience, and it's an experience you can share with people, but it's not nice. And there's a whole load more of those than the bottom left. So experience is one thing, experiences are something else. So back into your groups, have a think about the kind of experience or the kind of experiences that as a coach you think would be really good for you to have, that would be really good for you to know about to help the people that you coach. So you don't have to have had them. You don't even have to know somebody who's had them, but you might have heard about them. So experience or experiences that are really helpful as a coach. 5 minutes, off you go. I know. Okay. This one was a little bit trickier, wasn't it? So, same process again. An asterisk for those elements that are through the filter of you. Things that you think would be good for you as a coach, irrespective of who you coach. Okay, so asterisk for those. A tick for those that are relevant to both you and the people that you coach or are likely to coach. And then a circle around the ones that you would like to experience that you haven't yet. Okay, so your asterisks, your ticks, and your circles. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do now is to look back at everything that you've circled in relation to knowledge, in relation to skills, and in relation to experience. So have a look at the three of them together as a group. Okay, so have a look at them now on your piece of paper. The things you've circled in relation to knowledge, to skills, and experience. And then what I want you to do is to turn around to the people that you've been working with this last 45 minutes or so and have a genuine chat, as long as you trust the person you're talking to, about whether you think you have the knowledge, skills, and experience to be working with the people that you currently do. So you're now going to almost like answer the question yourself of, is it enough to have the knowledge, skills, and experience that you currently do? Or are the things that you've circled necessary for you to be the coach you need to be for the people that you coach? Okay, so just 2 minutes of a conversation with the same people you've been working with, an honest and open discussion about where you think you are in relation to your own knowledge, skills, and experience relative to the people that you coach. Off you go, 2 minutes. Okay. So, at this point in time, I'm hoping you've got a far clearer idea of where you are as a coach, where your skills, knowledge and experience lie, and where you might want to head with that knowledge, skills and experience to become a better coach. Because we do all need to be looking towards the future. We do need a plan to help us get better. Now, some of the things that you have circled, you should be able to do yourself. And it is something that I would encourage you to do as coaches, to go and use your own time to better yourselves. But there will be some things on your list that you can't do yourself. So the question then comes, what do you do about those? And all I can show you is what we do in Ireland. So, this is the system that we have in Ireland. We have our participants, players and performers at the top, and they are naturally trained and supported by the coaches and instructors. The coaches and instructors are trained and supported by what we class as coach and instructor developers. So they are people who not just deliver courses, but they offer support to the coaches and instructors when they're not on a course. So the things that you have on your list in an Irish system would become the responsibility of the coach and instructor developers. We would put them in charge of helping you with those things that you can't do yourself. And the more advanced you become as a coach, it'll be fewer things that you require help with. They may be more difficult, but they'll be fewer. And then we have other elements of support at the top. But what we're looking for in terms of Singapore is to put a system in place around those top 3 elements here. So your participants, players and performers, your coaches and instructors, and a new set of people that we're going to be training up. I think there's some already exist in Singapore, and we're looking to train some more this next week. People who are trained in the skills to help you become better as coaches. Yes, there's an element that you have to take responsibility for yourself, but it is recognized that there's times when you need help. And that's what these people will do. So that's the Irish system, but we are looking to develop something similar in Singapore. So how good is good enough? These are the Hayley Harrison version of the world. Okay, so these are literally my opinions and nothing more. If we think we're good enough, almost certainly we're not. If we think the aspects of what we do are good enough for a particular situation, because we have recurrent success, and that's an important bit. If we have proven our ability at success time and time again, then maybe we do have appropriate knowledge, skills and experience in the here and now. But we still should be and strive to be better. If we think we can help others because of our knowledge, skills and or experiences, then we should offer that as support and help, but not insist. And our knowledge and experiences may not actually be good at all. It might be the experience of the disappointment, the not making the semi-finals, the not making even to get through the first round. It may be that we have failed consistently to get an athlete or a player or a swimmer, whatever. Maybe they're always injured, but maybe our sharing of those stories to another coach may help them. So it's not always the really good stories that can help another coach. Sometimes it's the not so great ones. And if we can truly say that we tried our best, and truly say that we've tried our best, then it has to be good enough for now. And I would put that for now in there, because we really should be trying to be better every day, because that is how we become better for the next generation. One more Irish saying for you. Hindsight is the best insight to foresight. And hopefully what I've done this morning with you is show that by looking at what we currently have can help us figure out what we want in the here and now, which is by far the best planning for the future. Hindsight is the best insight into foresight. And the very last one, which is important and we'll consider to be important for all of my life, is a typical Irish toast, which says, there are good ships, there are wood ships, and ships that sail the sea, but the best ships are friendships, and may they always be. And as coaches, I suggest we stick together, that we have friendships within that coaching fraternity, and we help each other get better. And just like Brendan's last story, where he had around the campfire and they all just moved in that little bit closer together to help somebody else. That's what I would like us to be. Hopefully take those notes home, make your action plans, make a plan to be better, and we'll all stand together. And thank you very much.